have been a very vocal critic of this Frankie Montas experiment. I said it when they signed him. They gave the man a 2-year, $34 million deal. Frankie Montas is not worth $17 million a year. I don't care that he had decent seasons with the Brewers. I don't care that he has a history with David Stearns. I don't care that he had a good season when the Athletics were in Oakland. I said from the beginning, I did not like the signing. I wish God could come down from heaven and heal Griffin Canning's torn Achilles, because Griffin Canning, a guy with worse career numbers than Frankie Montas, has been a better pitcher for the Mets than Montas, and he gets paid far less than Montas. I've seen enough of Frankie Montas. I don't want to see any more of Frankie Montas. I don't. I do not want to see any more of Frankie Montas. If Frankie Montas never pitches for the Mets ever again, I am perfectly okay with that. You know what? I'm going to play a clip. They asked the media, they being the media, they asked Carlos Mendoza in the last press conference about Frankie Montas. Frankie Montas' next scheduled start is Saturday against the Brewers in Milwaukee. Now, mind you, we're going to play the Brewers this weekend in Milwaukee. The Brewers, for all things considered, now mind you, we won a series against them at home in July last month. But mind you, this Brewers team is not a slouch. The Brewers, all things considered, are first place in the NL Central by 3.5 games as of right now over the Cubs. So when they asked Carlos Mendoza, what about Montas? What have you seen? What's the plan going forward? This is what he had to say.
Yeah, so we're having those discussions here. He is going to pitch against the Brewers. So after the off day, but because we have an off day in between that series, we could get creative. So maybe an opener in front of him, but as of right on Saturday, he's going to play a part of that game. So depending on how we get through on Friday, we'll see. But he's, like I said, on Saturday he's pitching.
I guess just the way you're describing this, then how much of Montas are you kind of just taking this start by start now?
No, I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead. Right now we're talking about next start, and that's what we got. I spoke with him earlier today. He's going to prepare as he's a starter, but there's a scenario where we could go an opener here.
Did you folks hear what Mendy said? Carlos Mendoza just said they're going to go with an opener in front of Frankie Montas. You signed the guy to be a starting pitcher. Why do you need a bullpen guy to start the game than to bring him in? It doesn't make sense. I don't have any faith in him. The fans don't have any faith in him. And by that answer in the press conference, it is clear that Carlos Mendoza, the manager of this team, also does not have faith in him. Now, Jeremy Hefner, our pitching coach, infamous for using the pitching lab. But even the pitching lab, Jesus Christ, and a pitching 101 seminar from Nolan Ryan could not help Frankie Montas. They're going with an opener in front of the starter. So you're going to burn a bullpen arm for 1 inning. For 1 inning, you're going to burn a bullpen arm to then trot this bum out there. And we're playing the Brewers. Does anybody understand the magnitude of that lineup? Andrew Monasterio, Jackson Chourio, Christian Yelich, William Contreras, Sal Frelick. They are going to have fun with Frankie Montas. Fun! Frankie Montas does not strike fear into the hearts of any opposing batter. None whatsoever. He strikes fear into me, though, because when I see he's the starting pitcher, I expect a loss. Get rid of him. And I'm usually not one to rush prospects up. I'm usually not one to say, let's call this guy up. But you know what? For as much as David Stearns did for the bullpen, he could not get a starter at the deadline. Now, granted, I admit prices were high, but we had enough capital in the farm system to get another starting pitcher. Let's go to the comments before I continue. Eric Ruiz, my friend, says, stock up. I mean, Willie Adames can't play anywhere but short, so unless you're making him or Lindor DH, and I wouldn't make Lindor DH because of his defensive skill, I don't know about that. Bobby Munoz, another game or two should be enough for Mullins to get acclimated. Pitching-wise, Montas got to go. Listen, you could go back on this YouTube channel. I made 2 videos. One saying, I don't want Montas on this team anymore. The man had a 13.50 ERA in AAA. The man couldn't even get out of a softball game, let alone pitch against major league talent, and they still put him out there. Sometimes when a guy don't got it, he just don't got it. Romy says, fleecing the Mets. Yes, I am fleecing the Mets. Frankie about to have his best pitching game this weekend. I am not a betting man. Listen, if I was a bettor and I saw whoever the Mets were playing were going up against Frankie Montas, I would tell you, take the other team. Money line. Matter of fact, run line, because Montas is so damn bad. My good friend Elliot Nicodemi. Hey, Big Al. I hope to see you at City real soon. Tell you and your family and Michelle I said hi. Good guy, El is. Roberto Reynoso, I hope Romy is right. I doubt he is right. Brewers first 5 money line, a lock for Saturday at Hey, listen, you heard it here first. If you want to bet Brewers first 5 money line on Saturday with Montas going, be my guest, win the money, and give me 10% of what you win since I told you that that's the play. And, of course, always love El. Thank you for tuning in. But Frankie Montas has to go. He's got to go. You know what, Steve Cohen? You are the richest owner in baseball. Matter of fact, you're the richest owner in North American sports. Designate him for assignment and pay him what you owe him and get him the hell out of here. I don't want to see Frankie Montas in Flushing unless he's wearing a different uniform. Or maybe put him on the ground screw. Maybe he might be good for something during a rain delay. Or maybe, well, no, I wouldn't even put him in the Mr. Met uniform because he might ruin that too.